Aloha kako, what is up everyone? What's going on? What's happening? How are you doing today? I feel like we are doing okay. Staying aligned, staying in tune with the divine. Remembering, reminding ourselves who we are. We are entering through the gates. Our intuition is revealing a lot to us now. We are setting an ambiance. A mood shift is occurring in our soul, where balance and alignment is restored, and we are allowing ourselves to hold space for divine healing. And I feel like that brings in curiosity. People want to know how you're doing, what you're up to. How do you always win? Is what I heard. Listen up, Spirit says. This is a time where we are really connecting with self and divine. We are aligning with divine in a manner that is allowing us to reset, recalibrate our natural vibrations. All right. So aloha again, whoever is here in this space that I'm holding for self and spirit and you as well. Mahalo for being here, taking time out of your busy day or evening and joining me at this table of truth for what I like to call a mindful mirror talk. This is just time I get to designate to myself with minimal interruptions. At least that's the hope for each time that I sit down. But this is just a time I get to kind of open myself up to receiving whatever messages of truth need to come through. And hopefully it resonates in a manner that is helpful, healing, and just in harmony with the growth that you're going through. All right, so I feel like I always start with these cards, but Spirit has already gotten us rolling with the 1111, the ambiance card. Oh, they want to know, and the listen card. So let's see, is there any more truth to be revealed for you who is staying tuned in presently? What do you need to know? Ooh, dang. Okay, so just split. Let's see. You need to know that you are cared about. I'm feeling like lately you may have been in a headspace of doubt and depression possibly, and uncertainty. And not in a completely defeated manner, because you are and have always been a very strong person and have always felt like you faced adversity, and you've always managed to draw upon your faith and your recognition of divine to help guide you through those times. This is a time of action, putting in the work of spiritual healing. Fire blaze. Oh, I forgot to add something that I had channeled. So it did land as such. I don't know. It did land upside down on the table, and when I flipped it over to the channeled message, I realized I forgot to put what kind of fire. So landing upside down, we got the blaze side. Blaze fire. Fire blaze. This is about feeling that suffocation, turmoil, anger, resentment, jealousy, harboring rage, hellfire blaze, burning that out. Okay, so what's this gonna be? Burning that fire that stems from jealousy, resentment, just all the greed, negative energies, selfishness, everything that's rooted in that energy. I'm feeling like someone has been going through, or this has been projected upon them. That fire is blazing. But divine says quiet. Sit in silence in nature to regain a peace of mind, to reveal truth, to be in tune with divine frequencies, which is divine truth, spoken through creation, spoken through the natural world around you. Quiet yourself to those messages, because they're trying to get your attention. Hui! You. So this is about showing your truest colors, always. No make funny kind. Watch the fire that lies within, right? We're setting a beautiful ambiance within ourselves. I always talk about that inner garden, yeah? Well, let's step it up a notch and set the tone, set the mood, set the vibrations to this inner garden. Add some garden lights. Add a nice little cobblestone pathway, you know? Add a gazebo somewhere in your garden. I don't know, spruce it up. Do a little garden decor, a little set the tone for the garden of self, of soul that lies within. Now, what's split apart? Ooh, girl. I feel like we're preparing ourselves. We're steadying ourselves for this energy. Now, let me tell you. This is somebody coming true with that dirty house energy. This is reflective of your physical or spiritual energy and environment. Dirty house energy again. Don't settle for mediocre, I channeled. Don't settle for sitting in this, wallowing in this energy, which is reflective of your physical, spiritual, or financial energy or environment. I don't know. So this is talking about trying to get away by doing things the easy way, in a sense. So we got to talk about that. Somebody's coming through. Like maybe you're preparing. Is causing this. These situations are causing this fire to blaze. And that's why Spirit is trying to get your attention and quiet you. So you can deal with this energy, this person or people, or this essence that is circulating your space. That's encroaching on your space. We got to talk about it. It's time to sit down and have that difficult, possibly difficult conversation. It's about opening up to things that you may have been in denial of. Turning new leaves. Look, it fell on the ambiance card. Turning new leaves, beginning new chapters, but being that it fell on the ambiance card, it's like we're sitting in that beautiful garden that we've created and we're sitting down to have these difficult conversations, but we've set the mood of peace and harmony, right? Turning our lights down low, adjusting our souls to balance and alignment, to be able to hold space for truth. Truth to reveal to ourselves. Reveal to the table of truth. Because this is what was going on. This is what was going on. That pizza party gossip. Indulging in superficial conversations, situations, or circumstance over some poor quality kind of food. You're not speaking life. You're not giving or serving life. You got some junk food, inflammation causing food, and you're all gossiping around it. Because there's, maybe it's stemming from unhappiness or boredom or just being miele, whatever the case may be. This is what was going on. That lazy, gossipy energy. And this could be indicating from family, or, because I always like to try to give the encouraging word, this is about forgiveness, release, asking for help, starting and bettering your own, reminding yourself of your divine connections, finding love and peace, and connecting more like family, reuniting. This could be a spiritual unison. This could be, I don't know, soulmate, or it could be the karmic contacts, twin flame. But whatever the case may be, I feel like this energy that fell with divines reminding you that they care, that you are cared for and loved. You are surrounded with blessings from divine. It's reminding us to stay guided on this path, because there's going to be some things that we got to talk about and we got to resolve in forgiveness. We got to sit around the table and change this table talk from gossip hour to a family meeting of sorts, reuniting the camaraderie, the dynamics of peace and harmony. You can't make music when everything is off tune, when every instrument or every vocal, input is off in comparison to the others. In order to make good music, everything has to come together harmonious. Beat, tone, tune, the melodies, the harmonies, everything just has to be in alignment. So I feel like this is a reminder to keep it flowing, keep it moving. I'm going to go ahead and clear this deck first. Damn, this is all kinds of mumbo jumboed. Possibly like the week we've had or whatnot. Possibly like the thoughts in your head. Everything's just been kind of jumbled around, and like you've been churning, stirring, flowing, but at least the water's moving. The water is moving away from distractions, possibly. I don't know, are we moving away from distractions? Or are we still stuck in distractions? What's the vibe, moontribe? Ooh, okay. Ooh, dang. Dang. I was supposed to be shuffling, clearing. Nope. We're moving away because we're trusting universe, trusting divine in our explorations of self. Floating down the river and letting the water carry us, letting the water clear the spaces within us that are brackish, We got accomplished. Ooh. Easy read. We will achieve our accomplishments over time. Flowing. What is the truth flow divine? What do we need to hear in this moment? Because I'm feeling like this is just a gentle reminder of continuity. So what are the people that I need to hear? Damn, hollow. Capabilities. Ooh. I don't know why capabilities came out. Maybe I was thinking of another word. This came like this. This was the first one that popped out. Ooh, capable. Examine habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones. Definitely, as we are moving forward, divine just wants us to be aware of any roadblocks or any river blocks as we're floating down the river, as our water is churning and moving and getting back on track with flow. Those menstrual cycles for our divine feminines, those emotions are moving for our divine masculines. You know, we are really pushing out the toxins that are formed from our habits, physical, psychological. What are our habits? What is our self-talk? Our self-image? What is our blockages physically? What are we in denial of mentally? Like, all those things. Creative people can be inspired by sharing and stimulating creativity in others. Creativity is flow, movement of the mind, of the emotions. Creativity stems from these emotions, right? So we are learning to change or shift our habits from something possibly unhealthy that has kept us in stagnation. But now that that stagnation is moving, flowing, we're examining our habits as we are building or rebuilding or reconnecting with our creativity that's allowing these emotions to come out, to be transmuted through this creativity. So if you need to paint, draw, color, sing, play music, swim, dance, howl at the fucking moon, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, allowing your emotions to move is in collaboration with divine. This is in unison, coming together with divine to allow these things to happen and move. Allow the cycles to naturally occur and naturally flow, to not be in denial of these cycles. The wind blows, the wheels turn. We go through cycles just like nature because we are a part of nature. And allow that to give birth to the sparks of creativity, of wisdom, knowledge, compassion, confidence, strength, love. All allow it to spark more life, more love within you. Let's try something. Let's do the good tarot. Good tarot, good vibes, hopefully. Let me just quickly clear it. I think I'm just going to read from their channel version. Damn, okay. Mahalo, truth flow. Truth flow. Yep. Another clarity, not at the moment. Let's delve on into, I'm just being called to like read it as it is, because there's a word or wording that will help someone out there. Got card 3, the Empress. Alright, so this Empress card is speaking on fertility, that womb space, that flow, like we've been discussing. Fertility. This is a wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Yes, so we're talking about those new inspirations, those sparks of more life and more creativity, right? They have to get nourished, nurtured through development into the art form that it comes through, you know? Like I mentioned, you're singing, you're dancing, you're writing, you know, you're painting, whatever it may be. It has to be born into new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself. My life is rich and ripe with possibility that I can manifest and create. I am a powerful co-creator and life loves me right now. My world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. I'm feeling like, however, because it came in reverse, I'm feeling like you have to remind yourself that you're struggling with this affirmation of knowing who you are, knowing the light, transferring the light back into center space, connecting and aligning your earth element and ruling. I'm feeling like you got to give yourself the reminders. Higher self speaks to lower self and reminds him, her, who they are. You might be a lucky star. Shine bright like a diamond. Okay, so card number 17 is about inspiration. You are an inspiration. And the affirmation is, I am hopeful and inspired by life right now, and everything that is happening points to a renewed sense of encouragement. Yes, because remember, we got they care. You are cared for by divine and by those around you, placed in your life as an army of protectors, of supporters. After all the changes I have experienced, I'm starting to recognize the hope that comes with new beginnings. Yes, like I said, I feel like that is speaking to someone because there's definitely been some waves, some emotions, some churning to get the water, the vibez moving and flowing. To remind yourself of who you are, right? We're churning that energy and we're remaining hopeful and we are inspiring that hope. So stay the course. Follow the northern star, I'm hearing. This is interesting because it's in between the two reversals. So this is like, where's your direction? Breaking habits, breaking cycles that you're stuck in, right? This is your resistance to change, possibly. So I'm feeling like you got to remind yourself that your inspiration, your light is needed to help guide. But it's like, you got to know where you're going to. If you're resistant to change, you're constantly going to be stuck. So let me see. What else are we getting from this divine clarity? Okay, definitely that water energy. We were in the Pisces new moon. It's probably shifted by now. See what element, what sign the moon transit is in. But we got messenger of water, the queen of water, and 2 of water. So really, so I'm seeing really like starting fresh, appreciating the new beginnings, the fresh starts, the renewed movement of your emotions. Like you're really tuning in to the current energy, the current vibe that you've been feeling. You're not in denial, I want to say. Like, I don't know where this is going, but let me just read there. So that's what I'm feeling with this card. Turning and tuning yourself into more abundance. This water energy is really like flowing in love, emotional support, emotional cleansing. So this 2 of water is returning to balance. You know, I'm feeling like returning to a possible, what's the word? Reunion, harmony, peace, like a togetherness, like you're finally like in either alignment with your divine and to lower self, or all of this stuff that's been churning in terms of your relationships, your collaborations, you know, your habits that have been getting called out. I feel like, you know, or any distractions that are coming through with your relationships. I'm feeling like the water is finally flowing and it's coming to balance, harmony. And look, 7 of earth, regaining control of our groundedness, you know, rebalancing the water and the earth elements, really like not being afraid to start again, to put roots down. So maybe, you know, things were uprooted, but now they're coming into balance, into harmony, and you're okay with like journeying on, continuing on your path, continuing on your way. Ooh. Any other truth for the people? Hollow. Ooh. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. Just go with the flow. That's all we can do in life. Go with the flow. So, in your groundedness, are you recognizing in your journey, in your new steps forward towards abundance, prosperity, are you viewing yourself the way you should? Feeling like you're not rising completely to the occasion, which can set the tune of you're not recognizing or you're not in full connection with your divine intuition, your divine lifeline to higher consciousness. You got to remind yourself. And then being disconnected is causing a bit of conflict and challenge in your life. So this is basically just reminding you to continue with the flow in order to gather your abundance, your prosperity, your financial freedom, your financial sovereignty, your financial stability, your success. You know, you kind of, I'm feeling like you're just hesitant with who the fuck you are. Why is this, divine? Why are they so hesitant? Why can't you see yourself for what others view you as? Shoot. Shoot. Because you haven't been putting in the work, or you need to put in a little bit more work. You can't be like, it's too hot, my hands are like getting dirty. You can't be afraid to put in the work. Huli kalima ilalo means to turn your hands down, to not be afraid to put in the work, hard work at that. Your dreams will remain as such every time you turn down the chance to turn them into reality. So turn your hands down and do that shadow work. You know, the reason why you keep dipping, this is like, you know, reading a heart monitor. And the reason why there are these dips is because there's shortages in your fuse, in your line or whatever, you know, in your cord that plugs into divine source. There's like little shortages, that the wires that need to be like rewired or something, because you keep forgetting who the fuck you is. You keep forgetting that while you're here on earth, our role as stewards of the earth is protection, it's guardianship, right? It is tending to the earth, putting in work, turning your hands down, picking up that shovel, picking up that hole, picking up that rake, you know, planting the seeds, whatever, doing the shadow work. Reminding yourself while you're here that that's what you have to do in order to complete and fulfill your divine positions here on earth. Because you aren't from here. Not to worry about anyone else, because they don't know you like that. They just nosy neighbors. You ain't from here. Please listen. Center yourself. Align yourself. Tune in to nature. Go swim in the ocean. Go take a hike. Go up to the Mona, the mountain, you know. Really breathe in the air. The challenge, stare it in its face. So at this time, leading us to more truth. Mahalo nui. Damn, through that challenge of our Six of Air card, through whatever conflict, through whatever dips, pits that we might find ourselves in as we work towards regrounding and regaining control of our lives, control of our destiny, putting in the work again, tending to our inner gardens. As we do that, we are preparing ourselves for the transition from earthbound to airbound of being free, uncaged, refreshed in courage and self-confidence, really evolving in your self-growth, receiving those pearls of wisdom and enlightenment. Your freedom is refreshing. Work, and we got, yes. Remind yourself, you are protected. No weapons can form against you. You are given more strength and more courage to go through whatever battle or to go through whatever conflict or challenge, because it ain't nothing. You're not meant to carry that burden anyway. Divine's got it, right? So go ahead and speak your mind. Go ahead and speak your truth. Use the voice. Use the mana, the power that flows from your voice. It's either going to be resented or it's going to humble someone. What's it going to do? Possibly humble someone towards forgiveness and forward movement. You can't move forward if you aren't willing to forgive. Forward requires forgiveness. And you're not going to manifest anything good by staying stuck in being rigid and unforgiving. Again, another air element. Maybe this is for my air signs. Sun, moon, rising, or a predominant, I don't know, Mercury sign. To stay high. To stay inspiring with that hope, that enchantment, that wonder, operating a frequency of healing. You heal souls. You know, you give hope to the ones stuck in the dark. You got to believe in your magic. Mahalo. Okay. Any other clarity for this deck? Cool. Mahalo. It landed like this. And I'm seeing like a loading sign. Like we talked about this the other day in the video that we were flipping houses. So I'm feeling like we're still in renovation mode. We're still repairing our inner space. We're still cultivating that hope and wonder and guidance for those who are listening in. Those who are listening into us. They're staying tuned to see how everything comes out. Divine is staying tuned in to see how all works out for you. To see if you listen to them. Your truth is good. You are taking accountability. You are acknowledging the aspects of yourself as we did just now. You are accepting those things. You're looking at the mirror. Or else, why would you be here? Why are you coming up to the table of truth for the mirror talk, the mindful mirror talk, if you ain't willing to face the mirror and look directly at self and your truest, rawest, uncensored version of soul? You know, this is having those sensitive or serious talks or conversations. They need to be had with self, right? No denial. This is the time to put in the work. We are up in that field doing that shadow work. Whoa. Then we got neighborhood. This is the immediate crowd, the people that be watching, the ones that surround you in the physical. Your neighbors, your people, everyday people. And they could be strangers, not necessarily someone that you know, but just metaphorically, in this physical realm that we live here on earth, there's people all around, there's energies all around. Every time you step out your front door and you enter the matrix, the world, beyond your sacred space, your home, right? Who is it that you are navigating around by, near, through? This card keeps flipping on me, but this card, it keeps flipping. So I'm seeing like teeter-tottering. You got good people and you got bad people around you. You got people who are kind, considerate, or people that view you as such because you mind your business. You're neat, you're clean, you're well-mannered, polite. You got boundaries, but you're very polite throughout the day. You're neighborly, and then you got people around you who could be the opposite and be, nosy, rude, inconsiderate. They may be people that are disliked, loud, cluttered or dirty, whatever the case may be. And these aren't just like the physical aspects. This is the inner aspects. When I say dirty or cluttered, I mean that could be a physical environment, but truly it's the inner environment. I don't care how you motherfucking live, if you live in a motherfucking box. If the box of your heart and your soul or your physical vessel, your spiritual vessel is dirty and cluttered, it's time to clean house, okay? Because we still working on those home renovations. We want to flip the script and change that cold environment of home into something more welcoming, more inviting, more warm, homely, a comfort zone, right? We're working on it. Why did it pop up? Just being aware of the people around. But what's going on with this card? Hello. Interpretations. We got fragmented memories upside down. So I'm seeing, okay, so fragmented memories upside down. And this is kind of how it felt before. We got the forgiveness card and neighbors. So I'm even seeing like forgive your neighbors. Forgive those who are not like you, You got people all around you, good or bad. Forgiving the energies that surround you. Because maybe they're stemming from trauma that's not healed. Pain that hasn't been turned into peace yet, Your neighbors, the people that affect your environment, that you got to live around or whatnot. They're dealing with shit that from their past. Pieces of their past. Fragmented memories. Broken mirrors, They're dealing with that in order to restore happiness. Have happiness fulfill them. Yeah. And they're worthy of this happiness. Again, hearing the forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you as well. To forgive those around you who are still navigating. To act upon that energy that you may be witness to from everyone that surrounds you and the impact that they have on your life. You're being called into a state of forgiveness, which helps free your soul, which helps bring joy and happiness to others. And I'm feeling like, Divine is calling you out. If you've been a little cooped or booked up, it's calling you to go to a social gathering or to go. This is mostly because I know with the time of you know what, everybody talking about Schmovid. There's always been controversy this past 2 years, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really just putting yourself out socially. Again, this is your post-hermit mode confidence. You know, you've been trying to test your mood about coming out of your shell, but divine is saying, you know, use discernment, but it might be time to connect with others in a healing and healthy social environment. Trust that divine keeps you protected even in unfamiliar or hectic social settings. However, again, discernment. Never stay any place you ain't welcome. You know, trust your gut when it's time to ditch the party, though. And it ain't got to be some loud, you know, announcement or whatnot. Be gentle with your words. You're a healer. Your purpose is healing hearts and inspiring. Your truth is softly spoken. You're speaking on that summer fine type of freedom and abundance and wellness and calmness. It always feels just good in the summer. You know, you want to get that vacation mode, that like refreshment, renewal, revibrating into a higher element or state. So this is not reaching for a crutch. Whatever your crutch has been, this is a card to remind you to dive into that inner root issue that you've put off far too long. All right. Whatever these dips that we've been going through are, this is really a period of cleansing, washing away, grounding ourselves, acknowledging our truth, getting rid of habits which are crutches, excuses, distractions, temporary fixes, right? We're getting rid of that energy. And this is just the current flow. I mean, it is what it is. It might be something different for someone else, but this is for whoever it is meant to resonate with. If this resonates with you, mahalo for listening, and I trust that you will receive the message with open heart, open mind, open soul, in order to continue with your growth of healing. I think I'm going to just close it out here. I trust you guys all have a beautiful day, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you in my next video. And like always, love, light, and always aloha.